an entire city swallowed by the sea. For centuries, this was the claim, a city so advanced, its palaces shimmered with gold and jewels, its harbors thrived with trade, and its ruler, Lord Krishna, was said to walk among gods. Dwarka wasn't just a city, it was a legend. But here's the shocker. Many dismissed it as pure fiction, a tale created by faith and tradition. After all, if such a city had ever existed, where was the proof? Then, in the late 20th century, something incredible happened. Marine archaeologists off the coast of Gujarat began uncovering ruins buried beneath the ocean. These weren't random rocks or natural formations, they were walls, stone anchors, and intricate artifacts that pointed to an advanced civilization. Some findings were dated to be over 9,000 years old, predating even the Indus Valley civilization. Suddenly, the world was forced to ask, could Dwarka have been real all along? But how does a city of such magnitude vanish beneath the waves? Why was its story relegated to myth for thousands of years? And what does this discovery mean for our understanding of ancient history? These questions sparked debates across archaeology, history, and religion. Dwarka wasn't just a myth anymore, it had become one of the greatest puzzles of our time. But how was this city found after so many years of intense searching? In the early 1980s, something remarkable began to unfold off the coast of Gujarat, India. A team from the National Institute of Oceanography, NIO, led by the renowned archaeologist S.R. Rao, set out to investigate an ancient legend. They were searching for evidence of the fabled city of Dwarka, described in the Mahabharata as a city of unimaginable wealth and architectural brilliance. It seemed like an impossible task, until their tools started to reveal something extraordinary. So, using advanced sonar technology, including side-scan sonar and echo sounders, the team meticulously mapped the seabed. At first, it seemed like a routine exploration. But soon, they began identifying anomalies, patterns that didn't occur naturally. These were no ordinary rock formations. Instead, they were the remains of submerged structures, walls, pillars, and even bastions. These findings hinted at a once thriving city now buried under the waves. What they found next changed everything. The team uncovered artifacts, including stone anchors, pottery, and seals, all pointing to a highly advanced civilization. Stone anchors, in particular, suggested that Dwarka wasn't just a city, it was a bustling port, a center of trade and maritime activity. So, could these ruins really be the lost city of Dwarka? To answer that question, scientists turned to carbon dating. The results were astonishing. Many of the recovered artifacts dated back over 3,500 years, placing them firmly within the timeline of the Mahabharata. This wasn't just a coincidence. The evidence suggested that the city described in mythology could have been real. But there was still one lingering question: how did a city of such grandeur vanish beneath the sea? Geological studies provided a clue. Researchers found clear evidence of rising sea levels and coastal erosion in the area. Over time, these natural forces would have submerged the city, turning it into the underwater ruins we see today. Therefore, the discovery of underwater Dwarka isn't just a breakthrough in archaeology, it's a turning point in our understanding of history. These ruins blur the line between myth and reality, forcing us to reconsider what we think we know about ancient civilizations. Dwarka's story isn't just about what was lost, it's about what we're starting to uncover. And as research continues, it's clear that this legendary city still holds many secrets waiting to be revealed. In fact, recent underwater explorations have revealed a city layout that wasn't just functional, it was groundbreaking. The structures include perfectly aligned rectangular and semicircular buildings, fortification walls designed for protection, and streets that suggest careful planning. But what makes this discovery even more fascinating is the presence of harbors integrated into the city's layout. These weren't mere landing points, They were strategic hubs designed to facilitate trade and defense. This level of urban sophistication indicates that Dwarka wasn't just a settlement, it was a highly organized city built to endure. So how did they achieve this? The evidence suggests advanced engineering techniques far ahead of their time. The fortifications and structures were built using large, precisely cut stone blocks that fit together seamlessly. This not only showcased their technical expertise but also their understanding of coastal challenges, like tides and erosion. Therefore, it's clear that the builders of Dwarka mastered techniques that many ancient civilizations hadn't yet discovered. And this engineering wasn't just for show. Dwarka's strategic location on the western coast of India made it a powerhouse for trade and cultural exchange. Archaeologists have unearthed stone anchors, indicating a bustling port that supported large vessels. But these weren't ordinary ships, they were likely trading across vast distances. Pottery fragments, beads, and tools found at the site hint at connections with other ancient civilizations. This wasn't just a city, it was a gateway to the world. So, what made Dwarka such an essential trade hub? The city's location provided direct access to maritime routes that linked it with places far beyond its borders. The artifacts suggest that Dwarka played a pivotal role in facilitating trade between regions, exchanging goods, ideas, and possibly even cultural practices. But it wasn't just the trade that made Dwarka significant, it was its ability to sustain such large-scale commerce without losing its unique identity. When compared to its contemporaries like Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley, Dwarka stands out in unexpected ways. Mesopotamia is often celebrated for its towering ziggurats, and the Indus Valley is renowned for its grid-like urban planning. But Dwarka offered something entirely different, a seamless blend of land and sea. The city's harbors weren't just add-ons, they were integral to its design, showing a deep understanding of both engineering and maritime necessities. This raises an important question: how did Dwarka's achievements compare to the innovations of Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley? While Mesopotamia focused on monumental architecture and the Indus Valley on internal city planning, Dwarka bridged the gap between land and water, creating a dynamic infrastructure that balanced trade, defense, and daily life. Therefore, Dwarka wasn't just keeping pace with its contemporaries, it was redefining what a city could be. Dwarka had a level of sophistication and interconnectedness that history books rarely acknowledge. But as researchers dive deeper into its mysteries, they find themselves caught in a tide of controversies and challenges that threaten to overshadow the city's historical significance. Not everyone agrees that Dwarka is a man-made city lost to the sea. Some scientists argue that the so-called ruins might just be natural rock formations shaped by centuries of underwater erosion. The structures, while intriguing, lack inscriptions or definitive proof linking them to human activity, leaving plenty of room for doubt. So, while some researchers claim the site predates the Indus Valley civilization, others question the accuracy of the dating methods used. The lack of consensus keeps the debate alive, with each side demanding more evidence. But it's not just about whether the structures are natural or man-made. Critics point out that much of the narrative around Dwarka is shaped by the excitement of discovery rather than rigorous scientific validation. Therefore, while the findings are fascinating, they remain a subject of ongoing scrutiny, leaving the question: are we looking at a legendary city or a natural phenomenon misinterpreted? Dwarka is not just an archaeological site, it's a symbol of faith. In Hindu mythology, it's the city founded by Lord Krishna himself. This makes every discovery in the area deeply personal for millions of believers. But this spiritual significance creates a clash between science and religion. For many, finding evidence of Dwarka isn't just about archaeology, it's about proving the historical accuracy of their scriptures. This tension escalates when politics enters the picture. Nationalist sentiments often amplify the discoveries, with some seeing them as proof of India's ancient glory. But critics caution against this approach, warning that it risks turning archaeology into propaganda. So, while scientists attempt to piece together the story of Dwarka, they must navigate a minefield of emotions, beliefs, and agendas that could overshadow their work. Even as debates rage, the ruins of Dwarka face a more immediate threat: the ocean itself. Strong currents, shifting sands, and relentless erosion are slowly wearing away at the structures. But it doesn't stop there. Human activity, from coastal development to unauthorized dives, adds to the destruction. So, why aren't we doing more to protect this site? The answer is simple: underwater archaeology is expensive, and resources are limited. Without significant funding or international collaboration, the ruins may disappear before we even get a chance to understand their true significance. Therefore, preserving Dwarka isn't just a challenge, it's a race against time. But why should we really care about this? The significance of Dwarka holding up to scrutiny might actually be bigger than we think. A major one is that it predates even the Indus Valley civilization, often regarded as one of the oldest urban cultures. This means Dwarka could represent an even earlier chapter of human ingenuity and organization, rewriting the very foundations of human history. So, how does this impact the global narrative? If Dwarka's timeline is accurate, it suggests that ancient societies were far more advanced than previously thought. Therefore, Dwarka might not just belong to Indian history, it could redefine global perspectives on early human settlements and maritime cultures. Also, for centuries, Dwarka was seen as a tale woven into Hindu mythology, a city built by Lord Krishna, full of splendor and divine intervention. But now, with its ruins emerging from the seabed, the lines between legend and reality are becoming harder to distinguish. It's not just about Dwarka. This is part of a broader pattern where myths once dismissed as fiction turn out to have roots in historical truth. Consider Troy. For years, it was thought to exist only in Homer's epics until archaeologists uncovered its remains in modern-day Turkey. Dwarka's story echoes that same tension between belief and evidence. So how is Dwarka's legacy being preserved? Through art, literature, and festivals, its story continues to inspire new generations. Festivals like Jamashtami celebrate Krishna's connection to Dwarka, keeping its mythology alive. Meanwhile, tourism around the site fuels local economies and fosters a deeper appreciation for India's ancient heritage. Dwarka challenges us to look beyond the surface, literally and figuratively, and to keep seeking the truth, no matter how long it's been buried. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think Dwarka's story means for our understanding of history and mythology? Could there be more cities like it hidden beneath the oceans? Share your ideas in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.